we're doing some race pack work. So the other day I went to go frap the car and it was reading like negative oil pressure. So I'm like, well, that's not right. So I got the race pack out. The oil pressure sensor was reading like negative. It was just reading in the negatives, and typically that means that the scaling is off in the sensor. So you have to get in the race pack or get in the Holly, whatever, and then scale the sensor correctly. And I'm also setting up some warnings. So I have, I set some oil pressure warnings. So I have these warning lights on the race pack. So that's for low oil pressure. So I've set these for when I would say it gets down to 20 pounds of oil pressure. Motherfucker's bad though. I told you. That thing hits.
Compared to the other one?
it does. Holy shit. I can't wait to hear that thing outside.
That's what I told you. I think you're going to be surprised when you let go of that button.
I know. We are about to fire this thing up and go through the gears on it. We're going to see if it even goes in first gear. And all this and that.
You could drop the starter a little bit and put it back up. Maybe the starter is just in a bad spot. Okay. It's either the starter or the flywheel. Are those the same shims that are on there that he had on there?
Yeah, same way it came off. Okay, starter bolts. Yeah, starter bolts. Now we're gonna take the starter off because now it doesn't sound so good.
If it's not one thing,
it's another.
Yeah.
But it's all right. I don't know what he's talking about. His son's pocket? Come on. I have nothing in my pocket. I have one pocket. And it's got my phone in it. I know.
You got $1 million in your pocket?
No.
Our guard dog in her pajamas.
Well, this is the last time you guys will possibly see the Fox body plain drain on the channel, as I have somebody coming to look at it, possibly take it home. So on its stint of on this channel, it has been very fun, but it'll be even cooler to see it leave on a open car trailer in a little bit. Go ahead and peek on the inside. Vacuumed out the interior. Well, my hot rodding days are over. Back to just Sally.
Yep. She gone.
She gone. We got a couple projects here. We got a new oil pressure sensor, a remote sensor mount for the vacuum sensor, and a new MSD grid harness for the black box, the ignition box. So I'm gonna mount this remote vacuum sensor right here somewhere. Vacuum sensor mount completed. Go ahead and knock that off the old list. Look at that, everybody. The Mustang, Sally, back on the ground. Got the pretty much everything up here is ready to go, and nutting and bolting and all that before we go out. In here, same thing. Look at that Lenco looking badass. I'm super excited to drive this thing with that transmission. And then over here we have our block back from HRE, and go ahead and I guess just put this to the side over here. We got our block back from HRE. It looks good. The only really thing we got to do before we start assembling is a final wash, and I gotta put this put this piece back here on the back of the cam tunnel. But look at that. Big thank you to Daryl at HRE, Hedeman Racing Engines, for getting this thing in tip-top shape. And then up here, everything is looking good. She is ready to make some horsepower. Right, Daisy? Daisy, right? Right? Get Paul, get Paul, get Paul, yeah.